What's good, Vision? Gang, you already know what it is. This is your boy DaVizion, and I'm back again with another MMA reaction. We got some MMA on point, y'all. Y'all know how I love the MMA on point informational list videos. They be dope, and I like them because they're really entertaining. Today's video, we got 10 MMA fights we need in 2024. I can name a couple fights that I want to see. One fight that I would really like to see, of course, is Jones and Aspinall, and I believe this is definitely going to be on this list. But besides that fight, I personally would love to see MVP and Wonderboy, y'all. Even though MVP just recently said that their styles might not produce the best fight, I honestly feel like I'm not here for the action. I like the technical battles. I like the technicalities. I like the mental battles that can go on in the ring with two guys with similar styles trying to figure out how to beat their opponent. That's the beauty of fighting to me. So, y'all, top 10 MMA fights we need in 2024. Let's go ahead and get it, y'all.
It is that time of year yet again, fight fans.
Right.
We'll look at the awesome
end of the year.
Want to see in the MMA
this video's
world in the coming
a little
year.
bit dated.
Some fantastic potential storylines, and of course, absolute cage bangers. That's a new
thing. Yeah, Israel and Dricus. That's gonna be a good one.
I'm Tommy from
That's
MMA
one I would
On
like to see as well.
What's up, fight fans? Hope you had a good festive break with some epic potential fights being made for 2024. What better way to watch the action than with a snack that isn't gonna make you feel like garbage? And the official protein popcorn of the UFC.
Nice.
A massive thank you to our channel Hall of Famers. These are 10 fights we need to see in 2024. Number 10, Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. Look, we gotta get this out of the way, okay? We have to. You know, this was number 10 last year. And
Michael Chandler has been calling out McGregor relentlessly. Go ahead, let's get this fight going so Chandler can move on, y'all. Let's get it going. I want to see it.
I thought for sure of any of the entries we made, this one was obviously going to happen. They had a whole damn season of The Ultimate Fighter to promote it. What is the damn holdup at this point? We need to get this out of our MMA systems. For the sake of everyone, it has to happen. You can't do a tough season and have all this build and all this talk and get rid of USADA and everything else and then not do it. I don't care about the venue. I don't care about the date. Just preferably before Conor makes an Irish presidential bid.
I am the president of
and the entire sport collapses into a black hole that devours the universe. The implications of this one are strange, considering Conor looks like a bus he'd throw a dolly at now, and so the chances of him fighting at 155 again look near zero. Nonetheless, I do not care. It just has to happen. The fact it's not been announced yet officially.
So if McGregor can't make 155 anymore, what would they do? Just have the fight at catchweight? Let me know down below if you know the answer to that.
Is insane. Let's finally get this one done. I'm sure it will be fun. I will see you at.
And one more thing, how do catchweight fights actually work? Does it affect the people's ranking? Like, how does a catchweight work?
The top, number 9, Leon Edwards versus Shavkat.
I want to see that.
I need to immediately preface this by saying that it is not
going to be a great fight versus
Remember, the name is clearly next in line for Leon's title, and also very, very likely.
And
to
I need to see
on
Belal.
This list, we try
I need to see him as well.
That are pretty much guaranteed to happen or that have already been announced. So it would be absurd if Belal did not fight for the title next. Let's look a little bit further down the line here. Now, this entry says Edwards, considering he is the reigning defending, but if Belal were to capture the title, this would still be the fight. The key here is Shavkat. He is now 18-0, 5 straight in the UFC. Nobody else makes any sense right now. It is his time to compete for the title.
All right, mate, I love it.
This would be such a massive feather in the cap of Edwards, considering the hype behind Rakhmonov. I mean, Usman, Colby, Belal, and Shavkat?
Yeah.
That is a crazy welterweight legacy. You could hold that up against Woodley and Usman easily.
Yeah.
And for Muhammad, if he were to get that fight,
that's
you
some big
couldn't
names.
set the tone any better for your title reign. Welterweight has a lot of upcoming guys that could be big stars, and leading that pack is Rakhmonov. 2024 is the year we find out.
I'm honestly thinking welterweight is my favorite division in the UFC right now. So y'all, let me know what your favorite divisions in UFC are. That's a question I have never asked you guys. Let me know down below, what divisions do you guys like the most? I'm definitely a big welterweight fan right now. I think, to me, some of the most exciting fighters are in that division, and it's fun to watch. But I'm really excited about some of the other divisions in UFC 300 to see some more fighters, but welterweight is killing it to me.
If he is title material. Number 8, Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. One of the biggest fights of 2019 finally needs to happen. Tatiana Suarez was tearing through strawweight on a 5-fight win streak with victories over Alexa Grasso, Carla Esparza, and Nina Nunes. She was 100% on her way to that gold. Then her neck was injured, then her knee was hit by an atomic bomb. We didn't see her for nearly 4 years.
Dang.
At the same time Tatiana was making that run to the title, Zhang Weili first captured strawweight gold.
Them knees. Them knees is deadly, y'all.
She's now on her second run with the belt. Tatiana has finally returned from her odyssey, and like Odysseus clearing out the suitors from Ithaca, blew through Jessica Andrade in her return to strawweight this year to earn a performance of the night and the clear spot as the next title contender. I've always thought Suarez would be a champion. She has all the skills to be one of the best strawweights ever, so what better matchup for her to potentially finally earn that gold than against one of the greatest to ever do it at 115 pounds. This fight is awesome and so long in the making. It needs to happen, period. There is no other fight at strawweight to make. Book this one as soon as possible. Number 7, Sean O'Malley versus Merab the Wallace Wheeler.
Yes, we need to see this. Sean does not need to fight Ilya right now. Ilya just got his title, has not defended it against his own weight class yet. Sean O'Malley has only defended his title once in his weight class, I believe. So, why do you want to move up right now? Go through your weight class first. You got competition you haven't even faced yet, bro. Eliminate the competition where you're at before you move up, man. I want to see a lot of fights. A lot of variety. Don't just move straight up. That's weak.
Get this one done, right? O'Malley needs to beat Cheeto to retain, and very recently announced Merab now has to defeat Henry Cejudo. But if they both do, oh man, we got some gold for the gold here. Let's run through this scenario, right? Sean gets that win back from Vera in his first bantamweight title defense. He does the jump shot thing. He's the most popular thing that's ever happened. Merab gets another massive victory, definitely the biggest win he's ever had if he gets to beat Cejudo, which would also
dog walk
put him at
Cejudo.
10 wins in a row in the UFC. My God, now we've got something big. We've got something more than just that red jacket, which, by the way, Merab needs to 1000% put on in his post-fight interview if he defeats Henry. You want to talk about legitimizing your title reign? There is nobody that O'Malley could defeat right now that would immediately make people go, holy shit, this guy might end up being an all-time great. The build-up would be so fun. Both of these guys are very entertaining on the microphone. I personally don't want to see Sean go box some boxers, although if you can get that paper, I mean, go for it. I would much rather see him settle things with Merab, and I want the UFC to put that jacket on whoever wins the bout. Dana,
get your payday later on.
Happen. Number 6, Dustin Poirier versus Colby Covington. Legitimately would be the rivalry of the year, hands down.
I'll never fight Colby in an octagon. If I fight Colby, we're both going to jail. I'm going to jail.
He said we're going to fight in the streets and we're going to go to jail, so I'm just trying to hold people accountable for the words that they're saying.
With Chaos's third bid for the welterweight title in just 5 fights failing, and Dustin in a bit of a lightweight title fight limbo after his loss to Gaethje earlier this year.
Gaethje fans being heard from now, about a minute gone by round 2.
Man,
now is the perfect time for this feud to finally come to blows. It makes sense for both guys in so many ways, and I mean, come on, you know you would love the drama. The build would be intense, and the fight itself could end up being a real banger. A cage banger. The only things left for either of these fighters that is really worth their time is either something that's going to lead directly to a chance at gold or a big-time money fight, and this feels like money. You could absolutely headline a pay-per-view card with the Battle for American Top Team, and if not, it would serve as a massive co-main event on a bigger show. Colby had his beef play out with Jorge. Now it's time for him to fight the Diamond. It's time to finish the story. Absolute best way to utilize these top 2 talents in 2024. Let's get ourselves a big, angry blood feud this year. We deserve it. Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. He's the little middleweight champion that could. Who in the world would have thought that in 2023 we'd be talking about fights we want to see with that guy holding the strap? I know not me, but we're on the cusp of his first ever title defense against Dricus du Plessis, and man oh man, do I know who I want to see him fight next if he is able to retain. It is time for the Chechen Wolf to potentially take his place at the top of the sport. Without question, one of the most exciting and interesting fighters that has come along in the last 3 years. With his win over Usman, the title shot is all but locked in, barring injury. And yeah, how fun would it be to see him and Strickland on Fight Week? I am sure the press conference will be one for the books. And really, the outcome here would be so fascinating. On the one hand, if Khamzat comes in and kill everybody like he says,
everybody, I come here for everybody, kill everybody.
Then it will be like, oh, of course, we have a new era at middleweight. This guy is exactly who we all thought he was, and this is just the start of his reign of terror. If Sean Strickland wins, guys, if this dude wins, if he beats Izzy in 5 rounds, takes out DDP, and then beats fucking Khamzat Chimaev, the meltdown that will happen in this sport
the internet was shut down.
Levels never before seen. I cannot even imagine. He cannot have a bigger second defense. We need this fight in 2024. And now, of course, if du Plessis were to win, he would take on Boers, but we've got something else in mind for him. Number 4, Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya.
That would be dope.
Come on, we
Battle
gotta
for
do
Africa.
this, right? And what's beautiful about it is it doesn't matter at all if DDP defeats Sean Strickland and becomes middleweight champion, or if he fails in that effort, because the fight makes sense either way. If he is the belt holder, now Izzy's coming back to reclaim the title he lost, and it's against a guy he has serious beef with.
This is my African brother right here. Let's go. What's up?
You saw tonight, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for everything. Everything he says, he's behaving like a clown in there. No, that's not how a champion behaves. That's not how a man behaves.
Truly, it would be the only scenario where he could step in front of Hamzat and delay his first shot at gold. And if du Plessis doesn't come out on top, well then it's the perfect comeback fight for Izzy to set him up for a title challenge, as he gets to tune back up and settle his differences with DDP. And the build on this one, my god. I'm not saying it would be very comfortable, but the belt seriously is not required for this one. The definition of bad blood. It would boil over in every interview, at every presser. Can you imagine the stare downs? Seriously, we were teased with this fight last year when Adesanya was still champion, with that really intense post-fight segment at 287. But here's what really puts this one over the top. Are you ready for this? The UFC's been looking to go to Africa. I mean, it writes itself, right? 2 fighters from Africa, their beef, of course, related to that, would be such a monster card, a huge moment. I know Israel is planning on taking a few years off, and maybe he truly does. But if he doesn't, oh man, that is the fight we need to see.
Yes, I would like to see that. I want to see more Izzy fights.
And the retards out there actually thought I meant that. But you'll see.
Number 3, Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder. All right, so even with Deontay Wilder's recent loss in a tune-up fight, if Ngannou is going to do an MMA bout, again, this is the only one to make. No
MMA bout?
Bellator talent makes sense. Wilder is the only boxer seemingly willing to take on Ngannou in the smart cage, and it wasn't like Deontay was still champ anyway. That loss dampens things slightly, but the appeal of seeing Ngannou in the cage with an elite boxer is still there. Hell, I would pay $50 or whatever the hell the PFL
might not happen anytime
soon,
soon, though. Especially since Ngannou just got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. We won't see it. But definitely a good idea until what just happened. I don't think Ngannou has any business in the ring with a top-ranked boxer right now. I think he needs to kind of take it a step back. Maybe a top 50 guy. Beat him. Didn't get a top 20 guy. Didn't go back. Got to work your way up to the big dogs. It's a different sport.
Especially if you throw Cyborg versus Harrison on there as the co-main, and then Jake Paul versus someone considering retirement. I mean, they're cooking. That would be the biggest PFL card possible. Boxing has seen so many MMA fighters make that move over to their sport, but very few are going in the other direction.
Right.
This would be the biggest one since Couture versus Tony, and with all due respect to both of them, that fight was not anywhere near as prime as this one. Ngannou left the UFC as the heavyweight champion. Wilder is the former WBC champ, only ever finished by Tyson Fury. This fight would be massive and so much fun. Would Francis do what he did against Gane and take him down? Or would he stand and bang with this terrifying threat?
No, he would need to wrestle. Francis, after we saw what happened with AJ, do not box him. Like, Fury did not take him seriously. Do not box Francis. Take him down and ground and pound him. Use your other skills. Do not try to box a boxer.
Jones, but since that is never going to happen...
No, I'm not interested in that. We tried to make that fight. They didn't want to do it. It's done. He doesn't fight here anymore. I'm not interested.
Give us Ngannou Wilder. Ooh. And on the topic of JBJ, number 2, John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Okay. We got to stop playing games here, all right? There is truly no reason that this fight can't happen other than that it won't. Even with the recent chippiness between them and, of course, Aspinall... ready and willing.
I'm a massive John Jones fan. I want to find out, is what I'm doing in the gym, is that right to fucking beat the best guy ever?
It does seem like it would be a monumental feat to get Jones on board here, especially with the backing of Dana. He seems to really want that Jones-Stipe fight. It's also why I don't think he would strip Jones, as some people are calling for, because then what do you have in that fight with Miocic? Which isn't to say I'm not a massive fan of Stipe, and I would gladly watch him fight the winner for undisputed gold, or if it's a fight we got to do later in the year, bring Stipe in first for Aspinall. But get us to John versus Tom. Aspinall just demolished the guy everyone thought was the guy in a minute. And while he's not established himself like Jones, of course, he has more than established himself as a serious threat to the crown. Full disclosure, I am one of the few people who do like the idea of Jones and Stipe, but of course there is massive value in having John step up for one more fight with one final killer, one more chance to showcase that he is better than anybody that has ever done it. This one is certainly what should be happening
would be
in
a perfect
2024,
fight.
but
That'd be
man, do
perfect.
not hold your breath, fight fans. And finally, number 1, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan 2. 2024 could be the biggest
That would be
year
dope.
in lightweight title fight history, at least in terms of the legacy of the championship. Because Islam
Just
has the
reacted
potential
to
have one of the
Arman
most insane
earlier this
single-year
week.
runs
Check that
ever.
video
Of
out.
course, it's very likely
Arman
that early in the year
Tsarukyan
he'll
is a
rematch
amazing
Charlie
fighter.
Olives.
If you
There is
haven't
a chance at some
watched
point
much
this
of
year
him,
that
check
he'll
out that
compete
video.
against BMF Justin Gaethje, but the fight that has to happen, and honestly this applies to anybody that's champion at the time, is Arman Tsarukyan. The dude is on fire right now, back-to-back finishes this year, finished off 2023 with that incredible destruction of Beneil Dariush.
Ooh, that knee.
Islam and Arman have already fought to a fight of the night before, and it was arguably the toughest bout for Makhachev outside of Volk, and that was all the way back in 2019. Both have grown a ton since then. Lightweight is full of killers, but it's log-jammed at the top with guys who have been around for a hot minute. This is the fight of the future. Islam is only 32, Arman is 27. Let's put this together while both these guys are in their prime, and again, I cannot reiterate enough, if Islam in 2024 racks up Oliveira, Gaethje, and Tsarukyan, which I know is a lot to ask in a single trip around the sun, the dude would snatch lightweight GOAT status instantly. I am so
think over
hyped
Khabib?
for that fight. As hyped as I am about the
Khabib
editor
beat
of
all
this
those guys
video,
too, though,
George
didn't he?
Hutchinson. He did a
Well, not
fantastic
Tsarukyan,
job this year.
but
Please follow
he
him on
beat,
all his socials. I cannot
Charles
thank enough
and
our channel
Gaethje,
champions.
right?
You guys really helped make 2023.
Khabib?
And if you want to help make
Not sure.
2024, guys, hit that join button. You get all kinds of exclusive content. You might have a say in some videos. It's a lot of fun. Or you can like and subscribe. That's cool too. Also, if you could, let us know in the comments below the fights you would like to see in 2024. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next year.
Alright, y'all. Big shout out to MMA On Point. Always coming through. That was 10 MMA fights we need in 2024. And yes, we need most of those fights. Some of them probably won't be happening now because of losses and things that have happened. We're not going to see Ngannou and Wilder fight anytime soon. Even though that would have been cool, we kind of learned a lot in Ngannou's last boxing match, so that's not going to happen. But some of the fights we absolutely need. We need Tsarukyan and Makhachev. We really need Aspinall and Jones. That would be a great way to end off Jones's career. Even though Stipe is a bigger fight, I think he should do both. He should fight Stipe, beat him, and then end it off maybe a year from now against Aspinall, cap his career off. But probably won't see that either, which is sad. You guys, if you are still watching the video and you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? You're clearly Vision Gang. You might as well officially join. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell as well, and make sure you guys jab that like button. Like, jab the shit, like repeatedly jab it, man. Jab the like button so much it jams, y'all. Break your like button. Don't break the computer screen. Break that like button and send this video to the moon, y'all. This is your boy DaVizion, and I am out. Be safe, give it your all in whatever you're doing in life, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.
It been broke, but we can cast all that away and still keep this afloat if you want. Let's straight to the tropics, beaches, massages, see Merab.